Hi there, my post-menopausal phenoms. I am stopping by with a video because someone asked me to talk a little bit about menopause, and also another person asked me if I had ever done hormone replacement therapy or HRT. So I decided to make a short, I hope, video while I'm taking a break from work. It's 5 o'clock and I haven't even left the house to do anything. So I thought this would be a nice mental break to let you guys in on a little bit about my secrets for surviving menopause. I've been officially in menopause for I don't know, maybe a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. I don't know. The time just flew by. It seemed like I was in peri menopause for a number of years, so they just started to blur together. But the symptoms that I experienced the most were hot flashes, and your girl likes to wear faux fur and turtlenecks, and so like that would be problematic, and I didn't want to change my clothes. And there are some women who used to walk around carrying a fan, and I said no thank you to that. I'm not gonna act like I'm back in Augusta, Georgia in the churches, the Baptist churches that had those little fans that you walked around with, or you sat in a hot church with. We're not doing that. And so I figured that I needed to come up with some solution. And one thing that really saddened me was that my OBGYN, she didn't really offer a whole lot of advice. The only thing she talked about, well, if you experience dryness down there, there are things that you can do. And I'm like, well, thank you very much, ma'am. That's not what my issues are. So what my issues were like at random moments, just beads of sweat just popping up on my forehead. I'm a hothead anyway, but I mean literally where I just start sweating and a person is looking at me like, what's wrong with her? Is she going to spontaneously combust? And then some people don't realize that that's what it is for me because, I'm trying to pretend that I'm younger, and at 58, the days of that pretending, those days are numbered, but that's okay. So people are like, what's going on? Is she going to spontaneously combust? Are you okay? And even my son, because like those French doors behind us, like it might be 30 degrees outside, and there were times where I used to be standing in the door, like looking out, or my husband would say, what's going on out there? What are you looking at? And I'm like, man, I'm burning up. And it would only last about 5 minutes or so, but the things that really got me were the night sweats, where like I sleep in this cute little baby doll gown. It's kind of cut low in the front and kind of cut low in the back, and then a couple of times I woke up and the bed is wet just in my back area. I'm like, what's going on? Why is my back sweating? My legs aren't sweating, my arms aren't sweating, face, just back. And so then, to get around that, my first secret weapon for surviving perimenopause and menopause, I have little oscillating fans in any room that I might sleep in or work in. And then I kind of got used to it. So like, if the stove is on or if the heat is running too much, then I just turn that fan on, and I actually love the sound of it. So that I've even traveled with this fan. I had a bag that I took with me on the ferry to Martha's Vineyard. So that fan is my friend, and I have at least 3 fans in the house. One that I would keep by the bed so that if my back started to sweat, I could like turn around and let it just blow on it. The ceiling fan wasn't as good because that cools everything off, and it cools the other person in the bed, and that's not always ideal. And I used to wind up standing up on the bed like to turn the ceiling fan on, and then next thing you know, I'd be cold again. So I hated that. So the little oscillating fan I love because you can turn it on and off, and you can travel with it. And the best thing about it is I struggled to sleep. I would wake up like at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning for no apparent reason. And part of that is my husband snoring. And so the fan gives a little white noise that I can use with my earplugs to kind of minimize that. But sometimes I have to be honest. I hop up and I go get in another bed in the house, and that room has a fan too. So all of that helps me to stay cool and to sleep better. So now I'm dependent on earplugs. They have these great ones by MAC that you can get at Walmart that are, like are silicone, and you can like fold them or bend them and put them in your ears. And so I do that in hotels, different places where random noises might wake me up, because as soon as I wake up, my mind says, oh, hey, she's awake. Let's start thinking about this. Oh, you may as well get up and work out. It's 3:30. Why wait until 4:50? So nobody needs that. So that's the other thing. Another thing that I experienced as a part of perimenopause and menopause is a little hint of sadness, because it's an empty nester thing, and my sons, now that they're men, are two of my best friends, and so they live far away, and so I miss them immensely, and I have all these pictures around the house that are great, but they remind me of them. And so when I think about how much time has passed and how they're men, sometimes I can get a little weepy-eyed and a little sad. And I find things bother me a little bit more. I can be irritable. Well, I could be irritable before, so we're not going to blame that all on menopause. I hate people to blame everything on menopause, especially when you might have been that way before. But there is a little irritability that my husband has to put up with, and I'm so thankful that our marriage was based on friendship, because otherwise you would foolishly kick your loving husband's you-know-what to the curb. And that whole, thought, man, it would just be nice just to be alone and just to do what I want to do, and, just to eat what I want to do. I'm tired of this democracy thing of like, what do you want to eat? Well, where do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? And so I must admit that even before, because I'm an only child, I would take little trips by myself, or, go visit, different son one day, son two the other day, and just like have a little moment by myself to adjust to a lot of changes that are going in your body. And menopause is not all in your mind. It's hormonal. Once that estrogen starts to leave the building, it regulates temperature. It does a whole lot of things. So that's why you're going through a lot. And also, if you experience any kind of weight gain, that's not in your mind either, because your metabolism, and doctors may not agree, but my metabolism slowed down. And even with the intense exercising, the 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, even doing about 30 to 45 minutes on the weekend, if I continued to eat the same, I was starting to gain weight. So I made a tweak to my diet, and I don't eat sweets during the week or snacks during the week. I eat them on the weekend, and I throw down then. But I've had to adjust my diet in order, to still fit into the same clothes, because you still want to feel a little bit, you want to feel like yourself. And that's what wearing, the clothes that I've always worn, not having to stop wearing faux fur. And you notice I'm not sweating, even though, extra lights are on, in order for this video not to be as dark. Okay, so now, with all of that said, in addition to the oscillating fan, I had another secret weapon. First, it used to be phytoestrogen by GNC, and that worked wonderfully. It completely eradicated the hot flashes, as well as the night sweats. That took care of that like that. But of course they discontinued it, and it took a little while for me to find a replacement product that you can find at Walmart, you can find at your local grocery store. It's called Amberen, and I listed all of my symptoms before. Listen to what they say. It relieves 12 symptoms, including hot flashes, night sweats, fatigue. I didn't have fatigue because I probably exercise, and I think that helps with fatigue. Mood swings. Like I said, I was a little bit sad. Things made me sad. And also, I forgot to say that my tolerance is at an all-time low for foolishness. And people are more quick to get letters from me when they get on my last nerves. Like, I sent a relative a letter telling her that, at this point in my life, I have no time for people who are not nice to me. And I had tolerated a lot of little digs and things where she wasn't as nice as I would have liked her to be. And I just said, I have no more time for that. And it's true. If you're not nice on a regular basis, I'm not putting up with it. I may not curse you out because I don't use profanity, and I may not tell you off, but you won't see me. And so could that be because of mood swings related to menopause? I don't know, but I knew I had had it up to here with her and some other close relatives, and so I love them from a distance. We'll help you with it, whatever you want, but I'm not putting up with your foolishness anymore. And then also they mentioned the weight gain. You notice I mentioned if I didn't change my diet in a radical way, the weight started to creep up. So that's a part of it. Difficulty sleeping, like I said, waking up at 3 o'clock for no apparent reason, irritability, anxiety and stress. I can't claim that because one, the whole exercise thing, if you can exercise on a regular basis, you don't have to be crazy and work out 2 hours a day, 5 days a week like I do. I just enjoy it, and I have like a little window. Even if I don't turn on my alarm, I'm going to wake up by 5, and I don't have to be here sitting and ready to work until 8:30. So I have a long window, that I can fill with exercise and doing my devotion. So I think that will help combat anxiety, stress, as well as fatigue if this doesn't help. This says that 91% of people had hot flash relief. And like I said, I can definitely attest to the hot flash relief. Any mild hot flashes, that fan will take care of it. And if you think that it's like a placebo effect, that it might be in my mind that it's working, the one way that I can prove to you for me that it did work is I was in physical therapy for my knee surgery or knee recovery that I had a few months ago, and I'm wearing shorts with no jacket on, and I did have a jacket on when I came there because it was like 30 plus degrees, but I'm in there, it's nice and cool. All I did was 5 minutes on an exercise bike to warm up with no tension, and then the physical therapist started massaging my knee for the scar tissue. Next thing you know, the beads just started popping up on my forehead. I looked like I was melting, and she said, "Are you okay? Do you need some water?" And I thought about it. I had run out of Amberen, but I forgot because Walmart, using the app, they put it in my trunk, and I didn't get it out for about 3 or 4 days. I kept forgetting, and so I had stopped taking it for about 3 or 4 days, and next thing you know, it looked like I was getting ready to burst into flames. So needless to say, I started back taking my Amberen. Maybe I'll try not to take them in the next few years. My mother is on HRT. She's still in her 80s. I don't know the risk associated with that. I don't know if they're cancer risk or whatever, but I don't really want to take any chances, especially when I have something from the grocery store that works. Who knows? Maybe it'll work for you. Look into it, talk to your doctor, and it might be a thing. Now, the next secret weapon in my menopausal arsenal, I don't have dryness there like the OBGYN thought I might, but my eyes get dry like crazy. And my eye doctor, she was saying that that's something that happens as people get older, your eyes get dry. And so I keep a little vial of this by the bed wherever I'm sleeping, because when I wake up, sometimes my eyes are just like, oh my goodness, they're so dry. And I noticed that on television, sometimes they talk about like the eye drops that you can get as a prescription. My doctor said, don't do that. Just get the Systane, I don't know if I said the title, the ultra high performing dry eye relief, in case that's an area of dryness that you've dealt with. But if you do have dryness there, my OBGYN said there's something you can use for that. But praise the Lord, I don't need that. But one last thing I wanted to tell you about is the fact that like my legs still look good. If you exercise, you'll still keep your muscle tone and everything. But because I'm almost 60, I did notice that on my legs, like the little skin isn't looking exactly the way that it had been, and even on the sides of my calves. And then I'm looking at my thighs on the inner, they still look toned, but I'm like, wait a minute, skin, you're trying to look a little different. And then, on the back of your thighs, that area can look different. And so, and then also here, I saw a lady that's similar to my age, and her décolletage has some wrinkles, like vertically. And I was like, in the name of Jesus, we're not doing that. And so I bought this product by Gold Bond. It's called Crepe Corrector. And so I started using it here. Like I use Vaseline because I have notoriously dry skin anyway. And so after I put my Vaseline on, I put a little bit here and a little bit on my chest. And so far, it's been helping not to have any wrinkles on my chest. And then also I've been using this on my the front of my calves, on the sides, on like the inner thigh area. I'm trying to combat any sort of crepe. Oh, and then under my arms, you definitely want to do some push-ups and, you know, like use your weights. See, look, not too bad for 58. You want to do like little 5-pound weights because I'm doing Pilates mixed in. Like I have in my 2-hour workout, since I can't run due to osteoarthritis in my knee, and you know I have wear and tear after having a meniscectomy. You know, the surgeon told me that I shouldn't run, so you know I'm doing like the recumbent bike for 36 minutes. Then I do the treadmill for 30 minutes. In between that, I do a lot of physical therapy exercises, and I use my little dumbbells. But Pilates, go to Move with Nicole, and I have like a power Pilates thing that I'm doing with her, and it involves 5-pound weights, so it's great. So I've been doing that. So I think that that will help with the tone of your legs, your thighs, your glutes. And I'm also using bands because I didn't realize to rehabilitate my knee, you also have to, you know, build up your glutes and, you know, the exterior, you know, behind that. So, so those are all of my secrets for surviving menopause, not killing anybody and not bursting into flames and not running around with a fan. Because my cousin actually had one, and she like, you know, flipped it out like that and was getting ready to, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. So if you don't want to do that, get you some Amberen, do some research, see if it works for you. It has coupons in it when you do start. So the next, it's about $28, $29. They have $3 coupons in each box. So you can save money each time that you go back if you wind up being a regular user like I am. Well, anyway, I hope that helped you guys. If not, feel free to let me know or share any questions that you might have, and I look forward to answering them. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great one. Take care. Stay cool. Bye.